Welcome back to the Morning Blend. When our next guest was 8, he was diagnosed with a heart condition that required surgery. Little did the family know that this condition was inherited from his dad.
That's right, and we're here with father-son team, Phillip and Caleb Georges, to tell us more about their story and a very special ride to raise money for research. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Great to see you both.
Thanks for joining us. So let's talk a little bit about this. You're 11 now, but at 8, you found out that he had a heart condition that you needed to go to Children's for.
Right. We found out earlier, and it was something that they watched, but by 8 years old, it became necessary that they had to have surgery. Otherwise, it could have been a fatal condition. So.
Yeah.
What was going on that you realized he needed to have the surgery?
Basically, extreme shortness of breath, fatigue, couldn't even climb a stairwell.
Which at 8, you're so active, especially as a boy. You're running around, you're trying to play sports, you're playing, you're roughhousing. To not be able to get your breath, that probably was a little scary feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys went to Children's?
Correct.
And what did they tell you needed to have done?
Well, they gave us several options, some traditional options that kind of been in the works for many years of how they would have done a procedure to correct his rare valve that he had, which was a unicuspid valve. Then they gave us another option, which had to do with an aortic revision, which is actually where the surgeon would go in and actually open up the heart and fix the valve itself by sewing it, cutting it, and making it a functional valve again. And that was something that we were very lucky and fortunate with, because at the Medical College and Children's, they had done more of those procedures than anybody else in the country, and they were kind of on the cutting edge of that. And so where maybe it wouldn't have been recommended traditionally, we've opted for that option, and it was the right option. I mean, it's been amazing.
How much a part of it do you think is educating and caring for not just the child who's sick and needs a procedure like this, which I think as a parent, sending them in for something like that would be really scary, but not just treating the patient, but then also making sure that parents understand what's going on and sort of treating the parent.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty comforting, because they did actually lay out every option available and what were the risks and the pros and the cons and the long-term outcomes, the short-term outcomes, so we can make that decision. And that was nice to have that information.
Well, and as we mentioned, we found out that Caleb inherited this from you. You found out at that point that you also had this. Now, you haven't had to have a procedure done.
No.
But you're part of a father-son treatment plan at Children's, right?
Yeah, so it's really kind of cool, because I found out that I had a aortic valve that was bicuspid, so it's defective, but functioning normally. But it's something they have to watch, and they do have a program there where then they allow me as the parent, the father, to have the same cardiologist at Children's Hospital with him.
Wow.
And obviously it helps them in understanding, the relationships to the genetics and everything for their research. And that's a real positive, because that's what's going to help diagnose people for the future when they have a better understanding of the family relationship.
Yeah.
Tell us about the heart ride. You got this cool bike over there that's actually yours,
yes,
right?
that was my motorcycle.
On into our studio. The importance of the heart ride and how the money will be used.
Yeah, so the heart ride is a ride that I got really actively involved with through the medical college. And
look at that beauty.
Oh, nice.
And the purpose of it is to raise money for heart research at the medical college, both for the doctors and for the engineers, because engineering is a huge part of the research that goes into saving lives with heart conditions. And the great thing about the heart ride is that 100% of the proceeds that are raised go to research. There is no administrative cost. Everything is donated. And so it all goes to it, and it's basically the money's coming back to our community, because it's going to a local facility, a research hospital that's going to help benefit us all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. How do you feel these days, Caleb? Feel good?
Yeah.
You got a little more breath to you?
Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah, good. That's great to hear. And this is cool. So that's the actual anniversary bike there.
That is. It's a limited edition Street Glide special anniversary. So there was only 1,900 made.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Do you ride on the back of it ever?
Yes.
I bet that's fun, right?
Starting his love of bikes early.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. This is a 70-mile ride, and if you register before June 7th, it's just $25 for one person on one bike. If it's 2 people on one bike, it's $45. And here's when it is: Saturday, June 9th. It's at 10:30 at the Suburban Harley-Davidson in Thiensville. 100% of those proceeds go to fund grants for cardiovascular research. You can learn more on how to register and all the event details, because it's a very long website, at themorningblend.com. And then there's a breakfast included, a light lunch, there's a reception, there's music, raffles, auction, and again, all of those proceeds go to benefit heart research. Thanks so much for being here, guys, and sharing your story.
Yeah, glad you're feeling so good. That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.